Good evening, children.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, children. My screen is visible?
Yes.
Yeah. Please start working. Yeah. We'll be seeing some case study based questions from the chapter Coordinate Geometry. You can see the first one on your screen. This is just some general info. The questions here are not based on this picture given here. This is just a general info. You can just ignore it. We can go to the figure here. Read this question. Read this question associated with this figure and answer it.
A, A, ma'am.
All right, let's see. What are the coordinates of the, so you can see a square here. You can see a square here. A, B, C, D is a square. The vertex A of the square is at the origin, and the vertex A of the square is at the origin. A, B, C, D is a square where A coincides with the origin O, where the vertex A coincides with the origin O. Now this length is 2A units. AB is 2A units. So children, what are the coordinates of B? Yes, somebody wants to say something?
Ma'am, 2A, 2A, ma'am.
No, children, my question is, what are the coordinates of the point B?
2A, 0.
2A, 0.
2A,
2A, 0. We are discussing something else. The question asked is different. Question number 31 is different from what we are discussing. What are the coordinates of the point D? What are the coordinates of the point D?
0, 2A.
0, 2A, ma'am.
0, 2A. 0, 2A. What are the coordinates of the point C?
2A,
2A,
2A.
ma'am.
2A, 2A.
2A.
2A, 2A. Now the question is, what are the coordinates of the point of intersection of the diagonals? What are the coordinates of the point of intersection of the diagonals of the square ABCD? So we know that the diagonals, both the diagonals have the same midpoint. We know that in a square, both the diagonals have the same midpoint because the diagonals bisect each other. In a square, the diagonals bisect each other, which means they have the same midpoint. So you can find them using the midpoint formula, you can find the midpoint of any one of the two diagonals. So supposing we take the diagonal AC. As I'm saying, you should be working in your book, children, here and keep writing. So by the time I finish talking, you should have got the answer. So when you take the diagonal AC, the coordinates of A, 0, 0. The coordinates of C, 2A, 2A. Midpoint formula, 0 plus 2A by 2, 0 plus 2A by 2. That give you A, A. Midpoint formula. Who can tell me the midpoint formula? The coordinates using the
x1 plus x2 by 2 and y1 plus y2 by 2.
Right. x1 plus x2 by 2, y1 plus y2 by 2. So using the formula, using the diagonal AC, A given by 0, 0, C given by 2A, 2A. AC, the midpoint of AC using the midpoint formula will give you the answer to this question. A, A is the correct answer. Yes, please tell me, how do you find the length of the diagonal AC? What is the length of the side of the square, children? What is the length of the side of the square? 2a.
2a, ma'am.
2a. So we know the length. We know the length of the side of the square is 2a. What is the formula to find the length of the diagonal?
Root 2a, ma'am.
Root 2 into side. Root 2 into side. So root 2 into, what is the side? Somebody said, what's the side?
2a, ma'am.
2a. So root 2 into 2a, which can be read as 2 root 2a units. So we can, since we know the side, we can use the formula, or we can also find the length of the diagonal using the distance formula. You know the coordinates of A, you know the coordinates of C. Use the distance formula and find the length of the diagonal AC. You can do it that way, or you can use the formula. So 2 root 2a units. Root 2 into side, root 2 into 2a, which is 2 root 2a units. Yeah, children. If each side of the square be increased by 50%, each side is increased by 50%, meaning by half. By half, each side is increased by half. 50% meaning 50 by 100, 1 by 2. As a fraction, 1 by 2, half. So what is half of 2a? What is half of 2a?
A, ma'am.
A, ma'am.
So it was increased by 50%. That means it's increased by a units. So then what is the new side? What is the new side?
3a, ma'am.
3a, ma'am.
A, ma'am.
Yeah. If each side of the square be increased by 50%, it's increased by 50%, meaning it's increased by half. So 2a, half of 2a is a, and it's increased by that. A is not the new side. It's increased by a units. So 2a plus a, 3a units. Answer the question. What would be the coordinates of the point of intersection of the diagonals? So if the side is increased by 50%, then what will be the coordinates of the point of intersection of the diagonals? Please answer that.
3a by 2, 3a by 2.
All right, let's also wait for the others to try. Try, children.
3a by 2, 3a by 2.
Okay. Point of intersection of the diagonals. So it is nothing but the midpoint of any one diagonal, because both of them will have the same midpoint. So you can find the midpoint of any.
3a by 2 by 3a by 2.
Yeah. So if you take AC will be 0, 0. A will be 0, 0. C will be 3a, 3a, because now it is 3a units. So 3a, 3a. Under the new, given to the new situation, what are the coordinates of B, children? In this new situation, what are the coordinates of B?
3a, 0.
3a, 0. What are the coordinates of D?
0, 3a.
0, 3a. So you can also find the midpoint of the diagonal BD using these coordinates. Or you can use the diagonal AC. Okay, so this is the right answer. 3a by 2, 3a by 2. Children, any questions? Please stop me. To answer this question, we just have to find the midpoint using the midpoint formula. X1 plus X2 by 2, Y1 plus Y2 by 2. So we need to use the midpoint formula. Take up any one of the two diagonals, AC or BD, any one. You know the coordinates. And find the midpoint, coordinates of the midpoint. That's the answer to this question. What would be the coordinates of the reflection of the point C in the y-axis? Children, treat every question, use the main directions, okay? Now, in the earlier question, In the earlier question, we had each side increased by 50%. Don't apply that to this one. Don't apply that to this one. If it is so, they'll say in continuation with question number 3, or using the information in question number 3, something like that should be given to you. Otherwise, every question is independent. This is different. What would be the coordinates of the reflection of the point C in the y-axis? So now our doubt is, what are the coordinates of C? Are they 2a, 2a or 3a, 3a? So because there's no reference to the earlier question, go with the actual information given. So I say 2a, 2a. The coordinates of C, 2a, 2a. Now you have to find the coordinates of the reflection of the point on the y-axis.
Minus 2a, 2a, ma'am.
Okay.
Negative 2a, 2a.
So the reflection with respect to the y-axis. So y-axis, this one acts as the mirror. Y-axis is the mirror. This is the mirror. Y-axis is the mirror. If x-axis is the mirror, the reflection will be here. This is if x-axis is the mirror. Y-axis is the mirror. Y-axis. So here the reflection will be formed. Here the reflection will be formed. So the coordinates will be the same. 2a. 1 minute. This is not the final answer. I'm just telling you. 2a, 2a. Same coordinates, but in the second coordinate, x coordinate is in the second quadrant. Sorry, not coordinate. In the second quadrant, x coordinate is negative and y coordinate is positive. So it will be minus 2a, 2a. Children, the reflection of this point, with respect to the y-axis will be formed here. Use the same coordinates. 2a, 2a. The signs will be taken up depending on the quadrant in which the reflection is formed. The reflection is formed in the second quadrant. Where the signs are like minus, plus. So minus 2a, plus 2a. If you have to find the coordinates of the point of reflection with respect to the x-axis, then it will be here. Then tell me what will be the answer.
2a, minus 2a, ma'am.
2a, minus 2a, because in the fourth quadrant, it's plus, minus. X coordinate is positive and the y coordinate is negative. So what did we say? I think we said minus 2a, 2. I'm just waiting for you people to understand. You can just read the question again and what would be the coordinates of the reflection of the point C in the y-axis? That is, if y-axis is the mirror. In the y-axis, if y-axis is the mirror, then what will be the coordinates of the point of reflection? Okay. If the line segment joining, oh my, this is a different question. Just a second. Okay, I think this is not anything related to the figure given there. If the line segment joining the points 3, -4 and 1, 2 is trisected with the points P and Q, then the values of P and Q are not related. No, I was like wondering if I went wrong in doing, putting the picture. So no. So it's fine. So this question is not related to the related, meaning no inference to the picture there. In the line segment, if the line segment joining the points is trisected at P and Q, then the values of P and Q are. Please draw the figure. Incorporate the information in a line segment and find the values of P and Q. Please work, children. Take a line segment. At either ends, you must mark 3, -4 and 1, 2. Then in the middle, you must take the points P and Q, trisected. I'll have to open the PPT, so take down the information quickly.
It is 7/3, 0.
That is P is 7/3 and Q is 0.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. 7/3, 0.
Very good. Let's check here. Tell me, children, what is it at this end?
It is A is 3, -4.
Very good. 3, -4. And the other end?
1, 2.
P1.
1, 2.
1, 2. Okay. 1, 2. And what about the coordinates of P? Is it given that
P, -2.
P -2.
Yeah, small letter P, -2. What about Q?
5/3.
5/3, Q.
5/3, Q. All right. Now trisected. So the ratio 1, if I call this A and this end as B, we know that AP is 1 part, PQ is 1 part, and QB is 1 part. Trisected, no? So 1:1:1 is the ratio. Yeah, next, tell me, children. Is P the midpoint of AQ?
Yes, ma'am.
Is P the midpoint of AQ? The
Yes, ma'am.
midpoint.
This is fine, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. P is the midpoint of
Yes,
AQ. Because 1:1 is a ratio. See, 1:1. That means P is the midpoint. P is the midpoint of AQ, not AB, AQ. So by the midpoint formula, 3 plus 5/3 by 2 is equal to what, children? Is equal to?
P, ma'am.
P, ma'am.
P, very good. P. So x1 plus x2 by 2 is equal to P. So on working this, what is this? 9 plus 5, 14/3. So 14/6 or 7/3. Correct? So P is equal to 7/3. Correct? Similarly, what is Q, children? Q is the midpoint of
PB, ma'am.
PB. Q is the midpoint of PB. Q is the midpoint of PB. Now, how do we apply the midpoint formula to find the value of Q? Y1 plus Y2 by 2. Y1 minus 2 plus Y2 plus Y2, that is 2 by 2 is equal to Q. Is equal to Q. This is Y1. This is Y1. See, because Q is the midpoint of PB. So we are considering the coordinates of P. and the coordinates of B. So this one will be x1, y1. This will be x2, y2. y1 plus y2 by 2 is equal to q. So 0 by 2. So q is equal to 0. Q is equal to 0. Zero by 2, so q is equal to 0. So 7 by 3, 7 by 3, comma 0. Yes, children. This is the next case study. What we saw was the first one with 5 sub questions. This is the second one. You can see a different figure here. This is the second one.
Option B, ma'am.
Option B, ma'am.
Children, A, B, is it B or C, D?
A, B.
A, B, ma'am.
B, B, okay. No, I'm just giving others also some time.
Ma'am, option B is correct.
B, okay.
No, ma'am, option C, ma'am, sorry. Ma'am.
Yeah, even I feel option C. All of you please have a look again.
Yes, ma'am. Option C.
Yes, ma'am. C, ma'am.
Yes,
Hmm.
ma'am. C, ma'am.
Yeah, it's option C.
Yes, ma'am. C, ma'am.
Yeah, children, it's option C. Because when they say O, A, B, C, the first one should be the coordinates of O. The second one should be the coordinates of A, then coordinates of B, then the coordinates of C. We'll have to be careful. They're in this order. In the order, they've named the quadrilateral. The quadrilateral is named OABC. So this should be the coordinates of O, coordinates of A, coordinates of B and C. So O 0, 0, correct. A 2, 2. You can see it's marked here, children. It's marked here. You can see here 1, 2. 1 is not marked, but they've marked 2 here. They've not, see, after 0, after the origin, 1 is not marked, but they've marked 2 here. Similarly here, 1 is not marked. This one is 1. This is 2. So this is 3. This is 4. This is 5. This is 6. Similarly, 0. This is -1. This one is -2, -3, -4, -5. On the other side of the x-axis, -1, -2. Anyways, this is not of much relevance because the quadrilateral is completely here. Children, they've marked 2 and 2 here, which means this is 1. This is 1. This is 1. 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. Here also -1, -2, -3, -4. So this is 0, 0, coordinates of O, 2, 2, coordinates of A, 7, -3, coordinates of B, O, A, B, and these are the coordinates of C, 5, -5. See here, 5 comma minus 5. This one C. This is 5. 5 comma minus 5. Here, this is minus 5. Minus 5. Minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. Option C. The quadrilateral is a rhombus, parallelogram but not a rectangle, rectangle, rhombus but not a square, square, none of these. So what should you find, children, for this? Don't go by the way it is given. Please don't say, yeah, it is a rectangle. It looks like a rectangle. It looks like a rectangle. It should be a rectangle. But you need to, check by working if it is a rectangle. So how would you check?
By the distance formula.
By using the distance formula. Please take the time to find OA, BC, find the lengths of the 4 sides. See, if you know the properties, you can also do this to check if it's see, it looks like a rectangle. If you want to check if it's a rectangle, you can find AC and BO. See, the diagonals are AC. Children, all of you do this because we know how to find the sides. Using the sides, we know opposite sides must be equal and one angle must be a right angle. For the parallelogram to be a rectangle. Please do this, all of you. Find AC for me. I'll tell you what we are doing. Find AC and then find BO. That is, we are trying to find the lengths of the diagonals of the quadrilateral. Please find AC. Please find BO.
AC is equal to BO is coming.
What are you getting? What is the length of AC?
It is root 58.
Root?
Root 58.
Root 58. Others, children, are we getting root 58?
1 minute.
Yeah.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
can you show the coordinates of the points, ma'am, from the previous question?
I was just having that in my mind, children, but why we didn't make a note? Are we not working in our book?
Yes, ma'am, I'm getting root 58.
Children, kindly
Okay.
work, don't listen. This is not theory to listen to a lecture. Please work. If you have not started working, please start working in your book. I'll show you.
Done, ma'am.
All right. Now, to prove that a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, we have to show that both the pairs of opposite sides are equal. To prove that a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, we need to show that both the pairs of opposite sides are equal. How do you show that it's a rectangle? What is that extra thing you need to prove to show that it's a rectangle?
Diagonals should be equal.
Diagonals, ma'am.
Diagonals also must be equal. If opposite sides are equal and the diagonals are equal, it is a rectangle. If only opposite sides are equal and diagonals are unequal, then it's a, if opposite sides are equal,
Parallelogram, ma'am.
parallelogram.
Parallelogram, ma'am.
Perfect. When both pairs of opposite sides are equal, but the diagonals are unequal, diagonals have different lengths, then the quadrilateral is a parallelogram but not a rectangle. If both pairs of opposite sides are equal and the diagonals and both the diagonals are also equal, then it is a parallelogram. Furthermore, it's a rectangle. It's not that it's not a parallelogram. It is a parallelogram. It's a special parallelogram which is called a rectangle. A rectangle is a parallelogram. Okay, children. So what you have done now is you have found the lengths of the diagonals AC and BO. Please come again with the value. What is AC and what is B?
58, ma'am.
Root
Root
58.
58, ma'am.
All right, children. Thank you. Root 58 units. Now we only have diagonals equal. Now find the midpoint. Do you remember the property of a quadrilateral, that in a quadrilateral when the diagonals bisect each other, it's a parallelogram. In a quadrilateral when the diagonals bisect each other, just using a different property so that you know that there is a variation also. You can also do it like this. When the diagonals bisect each other, it's a parallelogram. Please find the midpoint of the diagonals AC and BO. Just follow my instructions. We'll understand what we're doing. Please tell me the midpoint of AC, the coordinates of the midpoint of AC.
Ma'am, 3/2, minus 7/2.
AC. No, come again, Arnav.
3/2, minus 7/2.
3/2.
Sorry, ma'am. 5.
No.
7/2, minus
7/2 and minus
Once again,
3/2, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. 7/2 and minus 3/2.
2, ma'am.
Yeah, now find the midpoint of BO, the coordinates of the midpoint of the diagonal BO.
Ma'am, 7/2 and minus 3/2, ma'am.
7/2, minus 3/2. Children, what we first found was the length of the diagonal AC using the distance formula and the length of the diagonal BO using distance formula. We first found the length of the diagonal AC and the length of the diagonal BO using distance formula. Root of x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square. We found the length using distance formula of the two diagonals. So both of them are equal to root 58 units. So diagonals are equal. Now we found the midpoint of both the diagonals. The midpoint using the midpoint formula x1 plus x2 by 2, y1 plus y2 by 2. So we see that the coordinates of the midpoint of the diagonal AC, the coordinates of the midpoint of the diagonal AC are 7/2, minus 3/2. And the same are the coordinates of the midpoint of the other diagonal BO. So the thing is, the diagonals bisect each other. From what we have calculated, we conclude that the diagonals bisect each other. Diagonals bisect each other because they have the same midpoint. They have the same midpoint. So in a quadrilateral, when diagonals bisect each other, it's a parallelogram. The quadrilateral is a parallelogram. And in the parallelogram, diagonals are equal. So it's a rectangle. You can also do it like this. You can also do it like this. Or you can follow the other method. You can prove that opposite sides are equal. Both pairs of opposite sides are equal. So it's a parallelogram. Both pairs of opposite sides are equal, so it's a parallelogram. Diagonals are also equal, and hence it's a rectangle. It's a parallelogram. Further, it's a rectangle. So instead of finding the sides, instead of finding the sides of the quadrilateral, you can also find, if you feel the diagonal, it should be a rectangle. You can find the midpoint of both the diagonals. Find the coordinates of the midpoint of both the diagonals. So here we get the same coordinates for both. That means the diagonals bisect each other. Supposing you get 1, 1 for one diagonal and you get 2, 1 for the other diagonal. That means diagonals don't bisect each other. They have different midpoints. That means they don't bisect each other. So here we have the same midpoint for both the diagonals. That means the diagonals bisect each other. In a quadrilateral, when the diagonals bisect each other, it is a parallelogram. And in the parallelogram, diagonals are equal. AC is equal to BO is equal to root 58 units. So it's a rectangle. Yes, what's the area?
$20, ma'am.
20. Good. What's the length of the
Yes, ma'am,
rectangle?
20.
50, root 50,
And the breadth of the rectangle?
root 8.
Okay, so root 15 to root 8, root 400. So 20 square units. Very good. If 3 vertices of a rhombus, so this is different information, not based on the figure given here. There's a different information, not based on the figure given. So if 3 vertices of a rhombus are taken in order are given to you, then the coordinates of the fourth vertex are. Please draw a rough figure. Mark the coordinates of the vertices. Yes, we need to find x comma y. Please tell me the procedure. Who can tell me the procedure to find the coordinates of the fourth vertex?
Ma'am, diagonals bisect each other.
Very good, very good. So what will you first do?
Ma'am, find the center O.
Very good. Okay, using which diagonal you'll find O? You'll find O using
AC diagonal. Ma'am.
yeah, diagonal AC. You know that O is the because in a rhombus the diagonals bisect each other. In a rhombus, the diagonals bisect each other. O is the midpoint of AC. O is also the midpoint of BD. Yeah, what are the coordinates of O, Srinivasan? Class, what are the coordinates of O? Yeah, Srinivasan?
Minus 5 by 2. Minus 5 by 2 and 1 by 2, ma'am.
No.
I'm 0, 1, ma'am.
0, 1. Because it will be O is given by
3 minus 3 by 2, 4
Yeah.
minus 2 by 2.
3 minus 3 by 2, 4 minus 2 by 2. Correct. So this is 0, 1. Now you should use now next what, Srinivasan? After finding the coordinates of O,
The midpoint of BD is O, ma'am.
Midpoint of BD is also O. Yes. So children, in a parallelogram, diagonals bisect each other. In a square, rectangle, rhombus. See, we must remember that rhombus, rectangle, and square are all parallelograms. A rhombus is a parallelogram in which all sides are equal. A rectangle is a parallelogram in which one angle is a right angle. Definition of a rectangle. A parallelogram in which one angle is a right angle is a rectangle. Square. Definition of a square. A parallelogram in which all sides are equal and one angle is a right angle is a square.
Without finding the point, also you can do that, ma'am.
Yeah, please tell me how you've done it.
I have directly equated x minus 2 by 2 is equal to 3 minus 3 by 2, ma'am, and I got x is equal to.
Shakti, just a second, I'll just come back to you. We'll finish this one. So using BD, O is the midpoint of BD. So what will you get? Minus 2 plus x by 2, comma 3 plus y by 2 is equal to 0. So these are the coordinates of O, which is already found to be 0, 1. Using the diagonal BD, we find the midpoint. So the O is the midpoint of the diagonal AC. O is also the midpoint of the diagonal BD. So we find the coordinates of O using the diagonal BD here. X1 plus x2 by 2, y1 plus y2 by 2. But we already know it is given by 0, 1. So on equating this to this and this to this, we get x is equal to 2 and y is equal to
minus 1, ma'am.
minus 1. Minus 1. Yes, Shakti, please read out what you've worked. I think
I have
yeah, tell me. Directly what? Tell me.
Ma'am, I have directly equated x minus 2 by 2 is equal to 3 minus 3 by 2, and I got x is equal to 2. Similarly, I directly equated both, ma'am, as well. It is both are midpoints, ma'am, by using that midpoint here.
Directly equated meaning you wrote this one, you wrote this, and you wrote it equal to this, right?
Yes, ma'am. As O is equal to x minus 2 by 2, and O is also equal to 3 minus 3 by 2, I have directly equated this one.
Correct. That's what even we have done here.
Okay.
That's what we've done here. See, all the difference you can make is you can write this one is equal. That is the coordinates of. See, you can write this one. Let's not spend more time on this. You can write this one. What I've circled here. You can directly write this is equal to this and equate is equal to this and equate. 3 minus 3 by 2 is equal to minus 2 plus x by 2. 4 minus 2 by 2 is equal to 3 plus y by 2. You're right, Shakti. You're right. It's exactly the same way we have also done here. Oh, I forgot the values. What did we get? 2, minus 1, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
2, minus 1. Yeah, this is the 5th question under this case study. 5th question. Sometimes the questions like you see here, sometimes of the 5 questions, 3 may be related to the figure given in the case study. 2 questions may be not relevant to the figure given, but will be revolving around the same concept or the same chapter. So don't get confused. So see here, the ratio in which the line segment joining A, B. So A actually here is given by 2, 2. Here they are given 6, 3. So this is a different A. This is a different A and a different B. Do not get confused with the figure given. This is different information, though under the same case study. The ratio in which the line segment joining A, B is divided by the x-axis is.
Is to 5, ma'am.
Three is to 5.
Yes, ma'am. 3:5.
Yes,
Alright.
ma'am. 3:5.
Six, 3, 6, 3, somewhere here, 6, 3, okay. -2, -5, -2, -5. So this line segment divided by the x-axis. In what ratio is it cut by the x-axis? So any point on the x-axis, will be of the form. Tell me, any point on the x-axis will be of the form
0.
x, 0. You need to find the ratio from here. A 6, 3. A 6, 3. B -2, -5. So this is the x-axis. This is the point on the x-axis given by the coordinates x, 0. And we know that to find the ratio, we need either the x coordinate of the point of division or the y coordinate of the point of division. To find the ratio, we need either the x coordinate of the point of division or the y coordinate of the point of division. So here we do not know the x coordinate of the point of division, but we know the y coordinate of the point of division, which is 0. So my2 plus ny1 plus ny1 by m plus n is equal to the y coordinate, which is nothing but 0. my2 plus ny1 by m plus n is equal to 0. The y coordinate of the point of division. So let the ratio be m is to n or k is to 1. Both will give you the same result. So this one is m. This one is n. That's important. I'm sure some of you have got 5:3, but since you didn't find the option here, you would have taken it as 3:5. You don't have to disclose your name, but if you have made that mistake, this is the answer for that mistake. This is A. This is B. A comma B. Just in case you have gone wrong. If you have not gone wrong, fine. So you need to find this ratio. Let me call this point P. You need to find the ratio AP is to PB. AP is to PB. Substitute here M we don't know the ratio M. Y2. What is Y2? -5. -5 plus N into Y1. Y1 is 3 by M plus N. By M plus N is equal to 0. On cross multiplying, we'll lose M and N on cross multiplying. So we'll just have -5M when you transpose is equal to -3N. Cross multiply and transpose, you get this. Minus gets cancelled on both the sides. So the ratio M by N is equal to, because it is 3N, it has to be 3 here. It has to be 3 here. But because only then on cross multiplying, you will get 3N. 5M, so 5 down here. Then only it will be 5M. So the ratio is 3:5. The ratio is 3:5. Okay. I'll just get back, children. Please read this question. So 3 friends, Jyoti, Lakshmi and Reema, are playing a game in a park. All the 3 friends are sitting in a circular position at the points A, B and C respectively. Jyoti and Lakshmi are sitting on the boundary of the circle in a straight line and in a straight line passing through the center of the circle as shown in the figure. So AB is the diameter. AB is the diameter because it's a line segment passing through the center. The coordinates of the center given to us 1, -3. And A is also given to us. The coordinates of A also given to us 4, -1. All right. The formula used to determine the coordinates of the position of Lakshmi is.
Point
Yes.
formula.
Midpoint formula.
Midpoint
ma'am.
formula, ma'am.
Point
Midpoint
formula.
formula. Correct. Midpoint formula. Yeah, there's the next question. Answer this.
Option C.
C, ma'am.
Ma'am, option B, ma'am.
Option C, ma'am.
I'm sorry, ma'am. C.
Option C, ma'am.
So it is a difference between the abscissa, the whole square, plus the difference between the ordinates, the whole square. Square root of difference between the x coordinates, the whole square, plus the difference between the y coordinates, the whole square. So option C. Option C is the correct option. If Reema is sitting at the point whose coordinates are C, x, 0, Reema is at x, 0. All right. Then the values of x are, okay, then the values of x are, so looks like x can have, okay, they've given two values. So the values of x are 2, -1, 3, 4, 1, -1, 3, -1, none of these. Yes, please work this. Even if you finish, please don't reveal the answer, children. Let all of us try. Class, use the emoji, raise your hand. Harshita, are you there? Manasa, Aksharam, Ravya. Very good. Harshita, Manasa, good. Aksharam, okay. Ravya. We have Ravya, Hariharan, Manasa, Aksharam, Harshita, Sudarshan, Shabari Anish, Nafi, Shivani, Parkavi, Balaharish, Lakshita, Muktuvel, Shriya, Priyadarshini, Shakti, Srinivasan, Thirunesh, Priya, and Arnav. Very good. Good children. Fine, continue. You must draw the circle in your book. You must take down this figure in your book and also write out the coordinates of certain vertices, not vertices, certain points given to you. Write down the coordinates of the points given to you and then think as to how to find x. Yes, children? What happened?
Completed, ma'am.
Yes, what's the value? Or what are the
X
values?
is equal to 3 or minus 1. Option D.
Yes, ma'am. D, ma'am.
Okay, what is the procedure you used, Arnav?
Ma'am,
Just read
since
what over.
since A and C are on the circumference of the circle, so O is equal to OC by radius. They both are radius.
Very good. That's what I wanted. I wanted the condition. The condition is OA is equal to OC. That's very important. Once you write the condition, then you know how to proceed. Very good. So you should write OA is equal to OC because OA radius, OC radius. OA is equal to OC. You can also further write OA square is equal to OC square or anyways. So OA is equal to OC is very important. And how do we find OA? Using the distance formula, root of x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square is equal to OC. Again, distance formula, substitute the values. Then square on both the sides. Squaring on both the sides and working. What is the quadratic equation you got, Arnav?
X square minus 2x minus 3.
X square minus 2x minus 3. Somebody's mic is enabled. Please disable your mic. So OA is equal to OC radius, which means OA square is equal to OC square. So when you're writing OA square, you don't have to write the square root. So it will be 4 minus 1 the whole square. 4 minus 1. X2 minus x1 the whole square. 4 minus 1 the whole square. 3 square 9. I don't know if you follow. Let me. Children, OA is equal to OC. OA is given by root of 4 minus 1 the whole square. 4 minus 1 the whole square plus minus 1 plus 3 the whole square. This is about OA. This is OA. It's equal to OA is equal to OC. So is equal to square root of OC x minus 1 the whole square. Subtract the x coordinates plus subtract the y coordinates, minus 3 minus 0 the whole square. On working this, you will get a quadratic equation. Solve and what are the values, children? 3 comma minus 1, correct? 3 comma minus 1. Any doubt?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Squaring on both the sides will get rid of this. Squaring on both the sides, we get rid of the square root symbol on both the sides. So here 4 minus 1, 3. 3 square is 9 plus 2 square 4. So 13 is equal to, expand this. Somebody's mic is enabled. Please disable your mic. X square minus 2x. Don't forget the middle term. Plus 1. Plus 9. Am I right, children? Are we all getting this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
You can complete this, and the values of x are 3 comma 3 or minus 1. Yeah, quickly find the coordinates of B. How will you find the coordinates of B, children?
I'm using that midpoint formula, ma'am, and it is minus 2 comma minus 1.
Minus 2 comma minus 5.
Oh, you already found it, is it? Minus 2 comma minus 5. All right. Use the midpoint formula. We know that O is the midpoint of AB. We know that O is the midpoint of AB. So using the midpoint formula, you can easily find the coordinates of B. All right. The distance of each girl from the center of the circle is. What are we supposed to find here?
5 units.
Radius, ma'am. Just root 13 units, ma'am.
Radius. The distance of each girl. The distance of each girl from the center of the circle is nothing but the radius.
Just root 13 units, ma'am.
Okay, I think this we can do just by using the distance formula. Root 13 units. Okay. Not this one. 1 minute. Yeah. This is the next case study, children. Do this.
X is equal to 3, Y is equal to 5, ma'am.
Okay. Have a close look at the graph. See here, children, 1, nothing is marked, 5. Then what's the value of x? 1.
3.
Then nothing is marked here, then 5. So this should be 3.
3, 5.
3, 5.
Now, yeah, see here, children, this distance is 1, but here it is 2. Now we cannot argue. This figure is given to us. Based on this figure, if this is 1, this has to be 3. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
But
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, the distance here, see 0. The distance, it looks like the distance between 0 and 1 is the same as the distance from 1 to 3. So ignore that. Based on this figure, if this is 1 and this is 5, this has to be 3. And here 2 and 8. So what is this?
5.
This is
5, ma'am.
Yeah, 2 plus 8, 10 by 2, 5. Just add the extremes and divide by 2. Add the extremes, 2 plus 8, 10 by 2, 5. And this one also should be 1 plus 5, 6 by 2, 3. So children, they've marked x here, y here, the value of x in the along the x-axis. Here, this value of x is 3 and the value of y is 5. And you can see here, m given by x comma y. M is given by x comma y. So the coordinates of m are 3 comma 5. You can see it here. So see here, 3 comma 5. 3 comma 5. I'll give you some time to understand. 3 comma 5 are the coordinates of m. All right. Distance AS. Distance AS.
Ma'am, root 52.
Root 52 units, ma'am.
Root 52 units.
Root 52.
No, the earlier question, there was a mistake then. 1 second. It was given midpoint of A, B, right? Oh, this was incorrect. That's what I was wondering. Okay. Ignore this. Oh, what's the correction here, children? Midpoint of
AS, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
AS.
AS.
Yeah, AS. Midpoint of AS. I should correct this. Midpoint of AS is given by. Yeah, the answer is correct. Okay. Distance AS is equal to
Root 52 units, ma'am.
52 units, ma'am.
Root 52.
root 52. AS, we know the coordinate, simply use the distance formula. Root of 5 minus 1 the whole square plus 8 minus 2 the whole square. The length MT is MT. The length MT.
Two units, ma'am.
2 units, huh? How did you find?
Yes,
Using
ma'am. 2, ma'am. Distance formula, ma'am.
Pythagoras theorem.
distance formula, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there any alternate method?
Ma'am, we can use Pythagoras theorem also. ma'am.
Pythagoras theorem. Okay. Still an easier alternative.
Ma'am, x is equal
Ma'am,
to 3, ma'am, and m is equal to 3, ma'am. So x-axis m is equal to 3, ma'am, and t is at 5, ma'am. So distance between 5 and 3 is 2, ma'am.
Correct. I think that's a simplest way of finding. Without using any formula, we need to find the distance MT. We need to find the distance MT. You cross-check using distance formula, you need to find the distance MT. So I think this one is 3. This is 3. This is 3. And this one is 5. So 5 minus 3, 2 units. But still, we are not very sure if it is parallel to the x-axis. It's better you use the distance formula, children. Just telling you. So 5 here, 3 here. 5 minus 3, 2 units. Or, as you all said, distance formula. We know the coordinates of m. The coordinates of t will be given by 5, 5. This is 5, right? Y is 5 here. So 5, 5. Just a minute, children. Just a minute. Yeah, children. So the coordinates of t, 5, 5. And we earlier found the coordinates of m. So using the distance formula, you can find mt. 3 units. Sorry, 2 units. area of triangle BMT. Area of triangle BMT. BMT. Actually, we don't see a triangle there. So if you join BT, we can find the triangle BMT. So you don't have to join, just find the area of the triangle BMT.
Three square units, ma'am.
3 square units. How?
Just now we find out MT is 2, ma'am.
Correct.
And the Y is equal to 5. Y on the Y axis is equal to 5, ma'am. 5 minus 2 is 3, ma'am. Half
Very
into
good.
base into height, ma'am.
Very
1 by 2 into 2 into 3, ma'am.
Very good. Half base into height. Half BM into MT. Half BM into MT. As he rightly said, Shabari, BM is the length of BM is 5 minus 2, 3 units. See here. BM, this one is, BM is, this is 5 minus 2, 3 units here. So this is 3 units. And MT, 2 units. We just found the earlier sub question, MT 2 units. So half base into height, half 3 into 2, 3 square units. Length of the line segment SM.
Root 13, ma'am.
Root 13, ma'am.
Root 13, okay. Yeah, this is the next case study.
Miss, isosceles triangle.
Isosceles, is it? But I'm like wondering how you could find out so quickly.
No, ma'am, I just connected the points, ma'am, and eliminated the other options, and I got the isosceles triangle.
Okay, since others are still to give out their answers, why don't you try to find the equal sides?
Okay.
Yeah, so equal sides must be AB and BC, because AC looks very small. AB and BC, find AB and find BC, see if they're equal. Equilateral, you can, oh, it's difficult to eliminate. Equilateral, I can eliminate. Isosceles, difficult to eliminate that. Obtuse angled. Well, I am not able to eliminate anything except equilateral. It's very obvious it's not an equilateral triangle, but the others, I think we have to be safe. To be safe, we need to work and check. Yes, Shakti, is AB equal to BC?
And they are
One
not
minute, I'm
isosceles
doing.
triangles.
No, there was crosstalk, so I couldn't understand. Is AB equal to BC?
No, ma'am.
1 minute, I'm doing, ma'am.
No.
No, ma'am.
No. AB is not equal to BC. You can also check with AC, but AC, they're so close, so you can find AB, find BC, find AC. No two sides are equal, so it's not isosceles. It's not equilateral. So is it right or obtuse angled? How do
Ma'am, it
you
is
check?
a right angle triangle, ma'am.
Yeah, how do you check if it's a right angle triangle?
Ma'am, square of AC is equal to square of AB, ma'am.
So you must, if it's a right triangle, then the square of the longest side will be equal. If the square on the longest side is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides, then the triangle will be a right triangle. So that means you need to have the lengths AB, BC, and AC. Or if you find AB, BC, and AC, find AB, find BC, find AC, all of you. What's AB, children?
Root 50, ma'am.
Root 50 units, ma'am.
So what is AB square?
50, ma'am.
50, ma'am.
50.
50. So AB square is 50. Then how much is BC?
Root 52 units.
Root 52.
97.
Yeah, so what is BC square? 52.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
what is AC?
Root 2, ma'am.
Root 2, ma'am.
Root 2. So AC square is 2 units.
Ma'am.
So we find that AB square plus AC square. Because you said AB square is 50 units. AC square is 2 units. So we find that AB square plus AC square is equal to BC square. You all said AB square is 50 units. AB square is 50 units. AC square is 2 units. And BC square is 52 units. So we find that AB square plus AC square is equal to BC square. Therefore, the coordinates, these three vertices form a right triangle. Right angled at A, because BC is the longest side. BC is the longest side. So the angle opposite to the longest side, angle A will be the right angle. Angle A will be the right angle. So it's a right angle triangle. Agree, children, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right. Okay, children. So we need to find AB, BC, and AC. Then you can also have, or you can directly find AB square, BC square, AC square. So 52 and 52 we have. 52 is the biggest. And we find that 50 plus 2 is equal to 52. AB square plus AC square is equal to BC square. So the vertices form a right triangle. The formula used to identify the type of triangle in question number 6. The earlier one was question.
Distance formula, ma'am.
Distance formula.
Yeah, we used the converse of Pythagoras theorem, but we use the converse of Pythagoras theorem. The formula it is given. It's not given theorem. It's given formula. The formula used. We use two things, children, in question number 6. One is we use distance formula, and we also use the converse of Pythagoras theorem. So the formula used to identify the type of triangle is the distance formula. AB, the fourth pole D is to be placed in such a way. The fourth pole D is to be placed such that it divides the line segment joining B and A in the ratio 2:3. B and A in the ratio 2:3. So that means BD is 2 units and DA is 3 units. So that's how it's given.
Ma'am, it's 1,0, ma'am.
No, with this one, no, because there are some printing mistakes now. Actually, going by this, the fourth pole D is to be placed such that it divides the line segment joining B and A in the ratio 2:3. B and A in the ratio 2:3. See here, B and A. So it's given B and A in the ratio 2:3. So actually, it's strictly going by the language. It is 2 here and 3 here. But I'm not sure if they've applied that. Just work and tell me.
Yes, ma'am. By that I'm getting 1,0.
Yeah, that's the meaning. If it's given that D is meaning D, this pole is selected at D, right? Such that it divides the line segment joining B to A. B to A meaning like this, BA in the ratio 2:3. Strictly speaking, this is what is the situation. So when you take the ratio like this, what's the answer you're getting for D?
1,0.
1,0.
Yes, ma'am.
When you take 3:2, like this is actually incorrect. When you take it like this,
Some fraction is coming.
or if you were going by the language here, this is what you should find. I repeat. See children, going by what is given, this is the line segment. This is the point B. Please listen. -2, -3. -2, -3. And here is somewhere here is the point A given by 3, 2. All right, 3, 2. So it's given that D is a point such that it divides the line segment joining B to A. So that means they're talking about BA, not AB. The order is very important. D is a point such that it divides the line segment joining B to A in the ratio 2:3. So that B to A 2:3, B to A 2:3. So that means BD is 2 parts and DA is 3 parts. 2 parts here, 3 parts here. BD. because D divides the line segment joining B to A. This is the line segment joining B to A in the ratio 2:3. So that means B to D is 2 parts and D to A is 3 parts. Please tell me the coordinate. That means it will be 2 into 3 plus 3 into minus 2 by 2 plus 3.
0, minus 1.
Yeah, that's what I had a doubt. Shakti, please check your calculation. I got a different answer earlier, no, from Shakti.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, please check your calculation, Shakti. B to A 2:3. B to A 2:3. So BD is 2 parts, DA is 3 parts. The x coordinate is 2 into 3, 6 plus 3 into minus 2, minus 6. So 6 minus 6 by 5, which is 0, comma 2 into 2, 4, plus 3 into minus 3. So that will be minus 9.
Ma'am, got the answer.
By 2 plus 3, 5. So this is 0, comma minus 5 by 5, which is minus 1. 0, comma minus 1. Zero, comma minus 1. 2 more questions. We'll wind up today's session. The fifth pole is placed at a point E such that ABEC forms a parallelogram. The coordinates of the point E are ABEC. So D is not in picture. Leave D. D is not in picture. The fifth pole is placed at E such that ABEC is a parallelogram. Go by the order, children. A is the first vertex, B is the second vertex, E is the third vertex, and C is the fourth vertex. AE and BC are the diagonals. Yes?
No, ma'am, I was saying I think the answer.
Yeah, what's the answer?
Minus 2, minus 3.
No. ABEC is a parallelogram, children. So how do we find? So we have to find the coordinates of the fourth for the unknown vertex using midpoint formula. Use the midpoint formula, find the diagonals, find the midpoint, find the coordinates of the midpoints of the diagonals, and equate them.
Third one means minus 3, minus 2.
Okay, what are the coordinates of the midpoint of the diagonal BC?
Ma'am, I just.
3 minus 2 by 2.
Children, I'll tell you the procedure. See, the diagonal, we need to take up the diagonal BC first. Diagonal BC, find the midpoint using the midpoint formula. Diagonal BC, find the coordinates of the midpoint of BC using the midpoint formula. Then take up the diagonal AE. You know the same will be the midpoint. The midpoint of BC is the same as the midpoint of AE. So use the same coordinates of the midpoint for the diagonal AE and find the coordinates of E. We have done a similar one earlier. I think that was with respect to a rhombus. Whether it is a rhombus, parallelogram, rectangle, or square, to find, given 3 vertices, to find the coordinates of the 4th vertex, this is the procedure. Whether it is a parallelogram, rectangle, rhombus, or a square, when we are given the coordinates of 3 vertices, and when we are asked to find the coordinates of the 4th vertex, this is what we have to do. Use the midpoint formula.
Ma'am, -3, -2, ma'am.
-3, -2. Perfect. -3, -2. Right. Yeah, this we already found. The coordinates A, B, E, C. Yeah. The coordinates of the point of intersection of the diagonals of the parallelogram A, B, E, C are. We already found to answer the earlier question. What is it you got?
0,
0, 0, ma'am.
0, 0. All right. 0, 0. All right, children, I'll assign the same. I'll assign this paper to you as an exam in the portal. What you can do is you can try the remaining case study based questions. I think there are 7 case studies in all and we have finished 5, or there are 8 and we finished 5, I think. There must be 3 more. So I'll assign it to you. You can finish the remaining 3. All right, children, so that's it for today's session. If you have any doubts, you can stay back, else you may leave the call. Thank you, children.
Thank
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, children. Good night.